The cake sits in front of me untouched. 19 candles are burning down, almost finished. The whole room is singing happy birthday. But not for me. They're singing it for my brother, Tyler. I sit and watch the flames flicker, counting. The seconds until they melt into the white icing. Just like my birthday has melted into his celebration. I'm Emma. Today is my 19th birthday. But here I am, watching my parents throw a party for Tyler because he just got an internship. Make a wish, champ! My dad calls out loudly, smiling with pride as he puts a hand on Tyler's shoulder. He's wearing the expensive suit they bought him last week. I'm still in the dress I got from a thrift shop, bought with my cafe job money. This is such a proud moment, my mom says, her makeup a little messy from crying happy tears. The top internship at Harvard Law. We always knew you'd do big things. I squeeze my fork so hard my knuckles turn white. The cold metal digs into my hand. It helps me stay steady as the room spins with cheers and claps. Aunt Heather is wiping her eyes. Uncle Peter is already talking about people he knows at his law firm. My cousin Christine looks at me from across the room. Her face shows the same feeling I have. Disgust. Speech! Someone yells. Tyler steps forward smiling, that perfect smile that's always gotten him what he wants. I just want to thank everyone for being here, he begins. I notice how he's standing right in front of the happy birthday banner, my banner, that Mom covered this morning with congratulations streamers. I can't hold the words back any longer. Interesting timing for this party, I say. The room falls silent. My mom's smile stiffens. That fake smile she uses when she's trying to stay calm. Emma, dear, let's not what, Mom? Not say that it's my birthday? Not talk about how you turned my birthday party into Tyler's big moment? You're being dramatic. Dad cuts in sharply. This is a big deal for the family. The family? I laugh, but it sounds empty. You mean for Tyler. Everything is always for Tyler. Tyler shifts uncomfortably. Sis, come on. Don't sis me. I stand up, and my chair scrapes loudly against the wooden floor. 19 years of watching you get everything while I get what's left. Did you even know I got accepted into Columbia's writing program? Of course not. Because when I told them last week, they were too busy planning this party. That's enough, Dad says, his face turning red. You're making a fool of yourself. This family makes a fool of itself, I snap. The great Henry and Emma, always so focused on their perfect son, they forgot they had a daughter. Well, congrats. You finally pushed me too far. Mom steps forward, her voice shaking. If you can't appreciate what we've done for this family, maybe you should what? Leave? I ask. Is that what you really want, Mom? To finally get rid of the daughter who never measured up? If that's how you feel, Dad says in a cold voice. There's the door. Everyone in the room goes silent. I look around. Some faces are shocked, some look away, and some are just blank. Only Christine and Grandma Shirley seem to understand. Fine, I say, grabbing my purse from the coat rack. Happy birthday to me. Emma, Tyler calls after me, but I'm already walking out the door. The spring air hits my face, filled with the smell of cherry blossoms. These are the same trees I used to climb when I was little while Tyler got tennis lessons. My phone buzzes. It's a message from Rachel. Rachel, did you do it? Did you finally stand up to them? My hands are shaking as I type back, me, it's done. Can I stay at your place? Her reply comes fast. Rachel, already getting the spare room ready. And Emma, I'm proud of you. I turn back to look at the house one last time. The perfect lawn, perfect windows, and perfect curtains that hide the fake perfect family inside. Something changes in me. The pain I felt starts turning into something stronger. They want me gone? Fine. But they're about to learn something important. The daughter they ignored is the one they should have feared the most. Rachel's spare room feels like a safe boat in the middle of a storm. It's been 2 days since I left. The silence is strange, but peaceful. I don't have to be careful with every word or breath. I sit cross-legged on the bed, staring at my phone screen. No messages from my family. "Earth to Emma," Rachel says, standing at the door with 2 hot cups. "Your coffee is getting cold, and your interview clothes are getting wrinkled." I smooth out the blazer on the bed. "Sorry, I was just thinking about—" "Don't," she says, handing me the cup. "That's the 3rd time today you almost brought them up. Focus on what's next." The coffee burns my tongue a little, but I don't mind. It's better than the empty feeling in my chest. My interview at Urban Grind is in 3 hours. I should probably get ready. Just then, my phone buzzes again. It's Grandma Shirley. "Shirley." "Emma, sweetheart, are you safe?" Me. "I'm okay, Shirley. I'm staying with Rachel Shirley. Good girl. Now listen carefully. I've been waiting for you to finally stand up to them," Grandma's message said. "There are things you need to know, but not over the phone. Can you meet me at Central Park tomorrow? Same bench as always." Before I could reply, I heard my mom's voice in the background. Grandma quickly added, "I have to go. Tomorrow. 9 a.m. Then she hung up. Rachel raised an eyebrow. That sounded mysterious. "Shirley's always been different from the rest of them," I said. "She actually sees me." I stood up and straightened my blazer. "But right now, I really need this job. I can't keep staying here without helping out." "As if I'd let you pay rent," Rachel said, tossing a pillow at me. "But you're right. You need your own money if you're really cutting ties with them." The Urban Grind Cafe sat on the corner of Fulton Saint, its red bricks giving off a cozy vibe. Inside, the interview room smelled like fresh coffee and new beginnings. "Your application is impressive," said the manager, Heather. "But there's a gap in your references. No family listed." I looked her straight in the eye. "I prefer to keep my work life and personal life separate." She gave me a knowing look and nodded. "Fair enough. When can you start?" Walking. Out with a job offer and training schedule in hand, I almost missed seeing Tyler leaning against my car. "Nice ride," he said, tapping the dented side of my old Honda. "Better than walking, I guess." "What do you want?" I asked. "You're still my sister, Emma." "Funny," I said, unlocking my car door. "I don't remember you saying that at the party." He ran a hand through his perfect hair, a nervous habit I knew from when we were kids. "Look, I didn't know they were going to take over your birthday like that. I tried to stop them." "Save it." I cut him off. "You've never had to try for anything. Everything just falls into your lap while I work for every little thing." "Did you know they promised to pay for my college too?" I asked. Then suddenly the money was gone, right when your law school bills were due. His face turned a little pale. "That's not— I didn't know." "Exactly," I said. "You never know because you've never had to notice. Must be nice living in your little world." "Mom and Dad are worried. They want you to come home." I laughed, but it didn't sound happy. "That stopped being my home the day they decided I mattered less than you. Tell them thanks for the birthday gift. Clarity suits me." As I drove away, my phone buzzed. "Christine. Found something in Uncle Henry's study. You need to see these papers. Can we meet tonight?" I looked in the rearview mirror. Tyler was still standing there, looking confused, maybe for the first time in his life. Good. Let him feel even a small part of what I've felt for years. Tomorrow, I'll meet Shirley and hear what she wants to tell me. Tonight, I'll see what Christine found. Things are finally changing, and for once, I'm not just a piece in someone else's game. When I get back to Rachel's place, she's waiting with a small cupcake in her hand. "Victory cupcake," she says. "You got the job. Training starts tomorrow." I take the cupcake but don't eat it. "Rachel, I need to ask you something. If this gets messy, really messy, are you sure you still want to help?" She grabs my hand and squeezes it. "Sweetheart, I've seen them dim your light for years. It's time someone helped you shine. I squeeze her hand back, thinking about Shirley's strange call and Christine's message. Then let's begin, I say. The next morning, the air is cold as I rush through Central Park. Shirley is already sitting at our usual bench. The sunlight hits her silver hair. She's holding a thick envelope, her hands slightly shaking. "You look tired, sweetheart," she says as I sit down. "First week at the new job. Everything hurts, except my pride." I try to smile, but Shirley's serious face makes me stop. "What's wrong?" I ask. She hands me the envelope. "These are copies of papers I found in your dad's study last year. Bank records, money transfers, letters. It's about your college fund." I open the envelope. Inside are documents going back 6 years. My hands feel cold as I read the D numbers. "This can't be real," I say softly. "There's over $300,000 here. Your grandfather made trust funds for both you and Tyler before he died," Shirley explains. "Same amount for each of you. Your dad was supposed to manage it until you turned 19, which was yesterday." I stare at the pages. "But they said they couldn't afford my college. That's why I had to take out student loans. Why I struggled so much." Shirley's voice is firm now. "They slowly moved your money into Tyler's account over the years. For his private school, sports, even that fancy car." She touches my hand. "I tried to stop them, but Henry threatened to cut me out of the family if I said anything. My phone buzzes. It's Christine. I ignore it and flip through more pages, my hands shaking. "Does Tyler know?" I ask. "No," Shirley says. "He's a victim too, just in a different way. They've made him rely on them. He's grown up thinking everything is owed to him." My phone buzzes again. It's Christine calling once more. This time, I answer. "Emma, thank God." "You need to get home now," she says, sounding panicked. "Why? What's happening?" "Your dad found out I was in his study. He's destroying everything. Papers, files, all of it. He knows someone has been looking into the accounts. He's freaking out." My heart drops. "What do you mean, destroying everything?" I ask. "He's tearing the place apart. You have to come now." Shirley grabs my arm. "Go. I'll make more copies of these papers." I drove like someone on a mission, reaching my parents' house faster than ever. Christine was waiting at the side door, her face pale. "They're in the study," she whispered. "Your mom's trying to calm him down." Just then, a loud crash came from upstairs. We ran up together and found the study door locked. "Open this door," I shouted, banging on it. "I know what you did with my college money." There was silence. Then my dad spoke in a strange, calm voice. "You don't understand anything, Emma." "I understand enough," I shouted back. $300,000, Dad. My future. You stole it. We invested it in your brother's future. The family's future," Mom said, her voice tight. "No," I replied, my voice steady even though I was shaking inside. "Everything you did was for Tyler, and now everyone's going to find out." The door flew open. Dad stood there, surrounded by scattered papers. Smoke was coming from a wastebasket filled with half-burned documents. "You wouldn't dare ruin this family's name," he growled. "You already did that," I said, holding up my phone. "And now I have proof." His face twisted in anger. "You ungrateful—" "Henry!" Mom grabbed his arm as he stepped toward me. For the first time, I saw fear in her eyes. Christine slipped past them and into the study, picking up as many papers as she could. "I'm done protecting you, Uncle Henry," she said. "This ends now." "You're both making a big mistake," Mom said, but her voice shook. I laughed and it sounded sharp. "No, the mistake was thinking you could hide this forever. The mistake was thinking I'd stay quiet. The mistake was forgetting I'm your daughter, too." Dad leaned on the desk, suddenly looking tired and old. "You don't know the pressure we were under. Tyler's future." "Tell it to the lawyers," I said, turning to leave. Then I stopped and added, Oh, and happy birthday to me. Looks like I finally got my inheritance after all. Outside, Christine handed me the saved papers, her hands shaking. What now? My phone buzzed. A message from Shirley. Documents safe. Your grandfather would be proud. I looked back at the window, where I could see my parents' shadows in the study. Now, I said, we make them face everything they tried to burn. And we do it together. The autumn wind blew around us, carrying the smell of burnt paper and lies. For the first time since my birthday party, I felt truly alive. The invitation to the annual family reunion sat on Rachel's coffee table like a loaded weapon. I'd been staring at it for an hour. The gold letters shimmered in the afternoon light. This year's host. Tyler, Christine said over the phone. It's perfect. The whole family will be there. They'll have to face what they did. Traced the shiny letters with my finger. He's hosting it at the lake house. That's where your grandfather signed the trust papers, Shirley said, joining the call. Henry won't expect you to know that. My hand started to shake again. I pull out the trust fund papers. Have either of you told Tyler anything? I ask. He came by yesterday, Shirley says after a pause. He's changed. He asked about you, about why you really left. The doorbell rings. I freeze, but Rachel's already opening it. Tyler stands there, looking unsure. Like I've never seen him before. Can we talk? He asks, glancing at my phone. Alone. I end the call and nod to Rachel. She slips into her bedroom. Tyler sits across from me, his eyes landing on the papers spread across the table. I found some things in Dad's study, he says softly. About my car, the schools I went to, your missing college fund. How much do you know? I ask. Enough to feel sick, he says, running a hand through his hair. That same nervous habit. I swear, Emma, I didn't know. I thought Mom and Dad were just doing well. I didn't realize it was your money. I'll pay it back. All of it. I already talked to my bank. This isn't just about money anymore, I say, meeting his eyes. It's about the lies. It's about how they made you the favorite and acted like I didn't matter. It's about how they burned the papers when they got scared. He picks up the family reunion invitation. That's why I'm hosting, he says. I want you there, Emma. Help me make this right. Make it right? I laugh, but my voice cracks. You can't fix this with a check. No, he says, but I can help you expose them. He leans in. Dad's been moving money. Not just yours. Other accounts, too. Aunt Heather's, kids, Uncle Peter's business money. My heart skips. How far does this go? Far enough to ruin him. Both of them. He pulls out his phone and shows me screenshots of bank statements. The party at the lake house. It's not just a reunion. Dad's planning to retire and hand everything to me. His business, his name, and his secrets. I study Tyler's face, trying to see if he's lying. But he looks honest, scared even. Why are you telling me this? I ask. Because you're my sister. Because I didn't see what they were doing to you. And he takes a shaky breath. Because I need your help to stop them. Before they hurt anyone else. I look down at the invitation. It feels different now. Heavier. Everyone will be at that party. Everyone they've lied to. Everyone. They've stolen from Tyler's hands tighten into fists. Help me stop them, Emma, he says. Not just for you, for all of us. I walk to Rachel's window. Outside, the streets are busy with people heading home to their normal lives, quiet, simple families. If we do this, I finally say, we do it my way. No warnings. No time for them to hide more evidence. Agreed, Tyler says, standing up. But Emma, there's something else you need to know about Grandma Shirley. My heart sinks. What about her? She didn't just find those papers last year, he says. She's been watching them for years. And she has proof this started before we were even born, with our real inheritance. the one grandfather never wanted Dad to control. Everything suddenly makes sense. Shirley's careful questions, her quiet support, the way she always encouraged me to be independent. The reunion is in 3 weeks, Tyler says, walking to the door. Whatever you choose to do, I'm done being their puppet. After he leaves, Rachel steps out. Well? She asks. I pick up the invitation, feeling its weight. Call. Christine and Shirley, we need to move faster than planned. Are you sure you trust Tyler? Rachel asks. I think about his nervous habits, the screenshots, and the guilt on his face. No. But I do know one thing. This is no longer just about revenge. The invitation catches the last bit of sunlight, shining like a knife. 2 days before the reunion. The lake house comes into view as I drive up the narrow road. Its windows glow in the sunset like warning lights. My hands won't stop shaking. Tyler's car is already there. So is Gran's old Mercedes. I find them in the study, surrounded by papers and open laptops. Shirley looks up first. Her face is tense. It's worse than we thought, sweetheart, Tyler. Turns his screen toward me. Dad has been moving money through fake companies for years. Not just our family's money, even clients and business accounts. The screen shows a mess of transfers, all leading back to names we know. Aunt Heather's kids' college savings, Uncle Peter's lost business money, Cousin Jeremy's medical bills. He built his whole empire by stealing from people. Shirley says softly, Your grandfather suspected it, but he could never prove it. My phone buzzes. It's a message from Christine. Uncle Henry just left our house. He knows something's going on. Be careful. We need to act faster, Tyler says, rubbing his head. He's already moving money to overseas accounts. Once he finishes, he'll vanish. With everything, I add, including the proof. Shirley touches a pile of old letters. There's something else. Your mother, she wasn't just helping him. She planned it all. The accounting tricks, the lies. They're all in her handwriting. The room spins around me. I hold onto the back of a chair, feeling the smooth wood under my fingers. All those times she pushed me aside. She wasn't just choosing Tyler. She was protecting their secret. Emma, Tyler says, his voice tense. There's something else. Look at this. He hands me a paper from 19 years ago, my birth certificate, with another paper attached. An insurance policy. A life insurance policy in Mom's name. She signed it the day you were born, Shirley whispers. $6 million, but only if you died before turning 19. The words make my stomach turn. That's why they threw Tyler's party on my birthday, I say. They were celebrating that the policy expired, that they didn't get paid. Suddenly, the study door bursts open. Mom walks in. Her makeup is perfect, but she can't hide how angry she is. What are you doing here? Emma, Shirley starts, but Mom cuts her off. You've turned them against us, haven't you? She snaps at Shirley. You filled their heads with lies about their father. The only lies here are yours, I say, holding up the insurance policy. Were you upset when you didn't get to cash this in? Her eyes flash. Not with guilt, but with anger, frustration. You don't understand what it takes to build something strong, she says. To leave a legacy. By hoping your daughter would die? I ask. Tyler steps forward, his face pale. You stole from our whole family. We did it all for you, Tyler, she says, walking toward him. For your future. We can still protect that, together. Just help me gather these papers and— No, I interrupt, my voice clear now. Every word you say shows what you really are. And what's that? She asks, smiling sharply. A monster. You didn't see your kids as people, just as a way to make money. She laughs, a cold, sharp sound. Oh, sweetheart, you don't know what real monsters look like. But you will. She pulls out her phone. Henry, they're here. Yes, all of them. And yes, with the papers. A pause. I'm sure. Start the backup plan. She ends the call and looks at us with a wider smile. You have 20 minutes to leave this house and forget what you've seen. After that, well, accidents happen, especially at lake houses, even to adults. You're threatening us? Tyler says, stepping in front of me. Your own children? I'm protecting our legacy, like I always have, she says. Then she turns to leave, but stops at the door. Oh, and Emma? Happy belated birthday. It's a shame. You won't make it to 20. After she's gone, Shirley grabs her car keys. We need to go, now. Get everything to the car. But I'm staring at the insurance papers. Everything's starting to make sense. No, I say quietly. We stay. What? Shirley asks. The reunion is in 2 days, I say, my voice steady. Everyone will be there. I look into Tyler's eyes and see the same determination I feel inside. Let them come. All of them. It's time. They see what real monsters look like in the light of day. Shirley touches my arm. And if your parents really go through with their threat? I pick up Mom's phone, which she left behind on the desk, probably on purpose. Then they'll have more to explain to the police than just missing money, I say, because I recorded everything. The windows of the lake house grow dark with the setting sun. They no longer look like a warning. They look like a promise. In 2 days, everything will change. The lake house is full of family as evening falls. Their voices bounce off the walls, sounding more like judgment than celebration. I stand in the corner of the big room, watching Dad move from person to person, smiling and charming them like always. Mom floats around the room too, laughing a little too loudly. Tyler isn't here yet. Quite the crowd, Christine whispers, appearing beside me. Aunt Heather's been crying in the bathroom. Something about Jeremy's medical bills coming up again. My phone buzzes. It's a text from Tyler. Delayed. Someone broke into my apartment. All the documents are gone. Suddenly the room feels too small. Too hot. I step out onto the balcony, grabbing the railing until my hands hurt. Another message. The police are here. Dad's name came up. They're asking questions. Problem? Mom's voice makes me jump. She's standing in the doorway, lit from behind by the party lights. Her smile is sharp, more like a warning than a welcome. Such a shame about Tyler's break-in, she says casually. These things happen when people don't lock their doors. What did you do? I ask. Me? She takes a sip of wine. I'm just a loving mother, here to celebrate her son's success. She steps closer. Speaking of which, your father's about to make his big announcement. You wouldn't want to miss it. Inside, Dad taps his glass to get everyone's attention. Family, friends, he says, smiling. Thank you for coming tonight to celebrate Tyler's first time hosting our family reunion. But I have an even bigger announcement. The room quiets. I look around. No sign of Shirley. No Tyler. My chest tightens. As of tonight, Dad says, I'm officially retiring. And I'm proud to say Tyler will now take over as CEO of our family business. Everyone claps. Uncle Peter raises his glass, though his smile looks forced. To Tyler, he says. Though some of us are still waiting for those business loans you promised, Henry, all in good time, Dad says smoothly. In fact, Dad says, I have some papers here that may interest a few of you about your investments. He reaches into his briefcase and pulls out a stack of documents. My heart stops. They're fake. They have to be. The real ones were stolen from Tyler's apartment. Emma, Mom says, grabbing my arm. Her nails dig into my skin. Come with me to the study. We need to talk about your future. Let go of me. Now, dear, she says, her grip tightening. Before you embarrass yourself again. The door closes behind us. Dad is already inside, along with 2 men I've never seen before. Meet our security consultants, Mom says smoothly. They're very good at handling private matters, like breaking into Tyler's apartment. Dad sighs. Tyler made his choice. That's unfortunate, but we can deal with it. You, however? He nods, and one of the men steps in front of the door, blocking it. You've become a problem, one we can't ignore anymore. The insurance policy ended, I say, stepping back. You can't? Oh, sweet girl, Mom laughs. There are many ways accidents can happen, especially at lake houses, especially after too much wine at a family party. She lifts a glass. My glass from earlier. Your fingerprints, your DNA, and your history of being unstable, emotional, unpredictable. The second man steps forward. There's something shiny in his hand. I back into the wall. Why? My voice shakes. I'm your daughter. No, Dad says coldly. You're a mistake. One I should have fixed a long time ago. Suddenly, the door bursts open. Tyler stands there, messy and bleeding, but alive. The police are coming, he says. I triggered the silent alarm when I saw your security guys following me. Tyler, Mom starts, but he cuts her off. Don't bother. I heard everything, he says, holding up his phone. So did the detective who's been looking into your money crimes for the last year? Sirens start to scream in the distance. The three security men glance at each other, then quietly slip out a side door. Dad's face twists with rage. You ungrateful... He lunges at Tyler. I move before I even think. I grab a heavy paperweight from the desk and hit him. He falls, to his knees. Mom screams, but her voice is drowned out by glass breaking and people shouting in the great room. Then I hear Shirley. The real documents are being shown on the wall right now, she shouts. Every transaction, every lie, every stolen dollar. Dad tries to stand, blood running down the side of his face. You've ruined everything, he growls. No, I say, my voice calm even though my hands are shaking. You did that the day you chose money over your children's love. The sirens get louder. Mom backs away, her perfect face cracking for the first time. Henry, Tyler says, the offshore accounts are frozen, along with everything else. Blue lights flash through the windows as police cars pull into the driveway. I look at my parents, really look, and feel nothing but pity. Happy retirement, Dad, I say, and I walk out to face whatever comes next. Behind me, the great room explodes into chaos. The projector flashes years of financial records on the wall. Aunt Heather sinks into a chair. Uncle Peter throws his glass across the room. Cousins I haven't talked to in years are all shouting at once. Dad stands frozen at the front of the room, his big speech forgotten. Mom's perfect smile starts to fall apart like thin ice cracking. Those documents are fake, she says loudly, but her voice shakes. This is just a sad attempt by our jealous daughter to... To what, Mom? I cut in, stepping forward with Tyler beside me. Tell the truth? I scan the room. About how you stole from everyone here. About the life insurance policy you took out on me. About how you were ready to let me die tonight just to keep your secrets. The room goes completely silent. Even the police who just walked in stop and listen, their hands resting on their weapons. Everything we did, Dad begins, but he stops when Shirley enters the room, holding a familiar old briefcase. Is that what you told yourself, Henry? She says. When you faked your father's signature on those trust fund papers? She opens the case and pulls out faded, yellowed documents. Or when you and Emma caused my husband's accident after he said he would report you. Mom's calm mask completely breaks. You can't prove that. Actually, Tyler says firmly, she can. He holds up another paper. This is Grandpa's real autopsy report, the one you hid. The one that says he was poisoned. Dad tries to grab the briefcase, but the police step in fast. As they read him his rights, he glares at me. You ungrateful child, he spits. We gave you everything. No, I say, my voice strong now. You took everything. My money, my education, my childhood. You even tried to take my life. We were protecting the family legacy, Mom yells as a police officer walks toward her. Everything we did was for this family. Was it? I ask, motioning to the room. Look around, Mom. Look at the people you hurt. The kids who didn't get to go to college, Jeremy's medical bills, Uncle Peter's lost business. All so you could turn Tyler into your perfect heir. I never wanted that, Tyler says, stepping up beside me. I never asked for any of this. Mom's face twists with rage. Then you're just as weak as she is. We wasted everything on you. Sacrifices? I laugh. The sound is sharp and free, like chains breaking. You didn't sacrifice anything. You stole, you lied, you hurt people, all to feel powerful, all to control others like puppets. You don't understand what it takes to build something that lasts, Dad says, repeating Mom's earlier words. But now they sound empty, desperate. I understand perfectly, I reply. I take out my phone and press play. The recording of their threats in the study fills the room. I finally understand, I say. You're not parents. You're not even human. You're just cold, empty people, so scared of losing control that you hurt your own children to keep it. As the police lead them away, Mom looks back one last time. This isn't over, Emma, she hisses. Families like ours don't share secrets with the world. No one will believe you. Everyone already does, Christine says, pointing to the windows. Outside, news vans are pulling up. The whole story is being broadcast live. Every stolen dollar, every threat, every crime. Dad hangs his head in silence. But Mom fights against the officers, yelling, "You've ruined everything." "No," I say quietly. "You did that yourself." I watch as they are taken away. I feel no joy, just a deep emptiness. But it's also a kind of peace. I've set everyone free, including myself. Around me, the room buzzes with conversations and legal talk. Aunt Heather hugs me, crying. She says she can finally send her kids to college. Uncle Peter speaks with a detective about recovering his money. Jeremy's mom thanks me through tears. Tyler gently touches my arm. "Are you okay?" "I don't know," I say. I look around at what's left of our family's lies. Are any of us? "We will be," Shirley says, stepping beside me. Her eyes shine with pride. "Your grandfather would be proud. You did what he couldn't. You exposed the truth." The truth, I repeat, trying out the word. It feels different now. Not like revenge, but like something better. Justice. "What happens now?" I ask. "Now," Christine says, linking arms with me. "We rebuild. But this time we do it with honesty." Through the window, I watch as my parents are put into separate police cars. The life they built on lies is falling apart behind them. But in that broken mess, I see something new. Hope. Not just for me, but for everyone they hurt. The lake house stands quiet. Its secrets have finally come into the light. And in that light, I feel something I've never felt before. Freedom. A few weeks later, I stand on the courthouse steps. The air is cool for spring. I watch as my parents are let out in handcuffs. Their fancy clothes are gone, replaced by orange prison uniforms. Mom doesn't look back. Dad does, just once. In his eyes, I see something I've never seen before. Understanding. The court decided to take their assets, Tyler says beside me. Everyone they stole from will get paid back. Jeremy's medical bills, Aunt Heather's college fund, Uncle Peter's business. Almost everything, I say. I reach into my pocket and touch the envelope Shirley gave me, her final secret. Did you know she was keeping track of their crimes before we were even born? I ask. She even moved money into secret accounts. For both of us. Tyler shakes his head. She protected us in her own way, just like you protected everyone by telling the truth. Inside the envelope are photos. Shirley and Grandpa standing in front of the lake house, smiling. Real smiles. Before the lies, before the greed, before everything changed. I found this in Dad's study, I tell Tyler, handing him an old letter. Its edges are worn. It's from Grandpa. He wrote it the day before he died. He knew what they were doing. He was going to stop them, and they killed him for it. Tyler's hands shake as he reads. All these years, I believed what they told us. We both did. I take the letter back, feeling how heavy it is, not just in weight, but in meaning. But Shirley knew, I say. She waited, gathered proof, and protected us until we were strong enough to hear the truth. Then a familiar voice calls out, "Emma!" Rachel runs up the courthouse steps, waving a newspaper. You need to see this. The front page headline reads, Family Empire Falls, Daughter Exposes Years of Fraud. Below it, a smaller headline says, Shirley Sadia's Hidden Legacy, One Grandmother's Fight to Protect the Future. There's more, Christine says, walking over with her laptop. People are speaking up. Other families, other victims. Your parents' scam wasn't just about our family. It went bigger. And now they can't hurt anyone else, I say softly. But the feeling isn't what I expected. It's not just victory. It's heavier, yet somehow more complete. Shirley steps beside us, her silver hair shining in the sunlight. Your grandfather always said a real family legacy isn't built on money or power, she says. It's built on truth and love. I thought this was about revenge, I admit. About making them pay for what they did to me. But it was never just about me, was it? No, sweetheart, she says, gently taking my hand. It was about breaking the cycle, about deciding what kind of legacy you want to leave behind. Tyler stares at the courthouse doors. So what now? The company, the homes, everything they built? What do we do with it? We rebuild, I say. The word surprises me, but it feels right. Not their way. Not with lies or control. We do it with truth. Together. Together, Christine repeats, smiling as she links arms with me. The real family. Rachel hugs me tightly. See? I told you you'd find your strength. But as I look around, at my brother who chose honesty over comfort, my grandmother who quietly kept us safe, my cousin who stood beside me, and my friend who never let go, I realize something. I didn't find my strength, I say softly. It was always here, in the family I chose, the family that chose me back. A police officer walks up with one last form. It's your final statement for the case, he says. I take the pen, and notice for the first time, my hand isn't shaking. Emma, Tyler says suddenly, pointing to the window. Through the glass, I see the lake house in the distance. Its windows no longer reflect fear, but hope. And next to it, hidden behind some trees, I spot a small building I never noticed before. That's your grandfather's old study, Shirley says, where he kept his real records. There's something there, she adds, something you both need to see. About your real inheritance. More secrets. And this time, we're ready, I ask, but there's no anger in my voice. Shirley smiles. A soft smile filled with both sadness and hope. No, sweetheart, she says. No more secrets. Just the truth. And maybe a new kind of legacy to build. The spring breeze is light and fresh, carrying the feeling of new beginnings as we walk down the courthouse steps. Behind us, justice is done. But ahead, something new is waiting. Not an end, but a change. I glance one last time at the newspaper headline, then let it slip from my hand and drift away in the wind. Some stories don't need to be written in newspapers. They're written in the choices we make, the truth we're brave enough to face, and the love we give. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard.